Hello, I'm Addison Morse with the Women's Cannabis Chamber of Commerce, and this is Cannabis ClipNotes presented by Ali Bianco, the founder and CEO of Pink's Products. Ali is a passionate advocate and entrepreneur who is redefining the cannabis experience by merging style and substance. Pink's fashionable approach to cannabis is all about sophistication, quality, and innovation. Her approach to marketing focuses on breaking stereotypes of women in the cannabis space. Pink's is a premier product line designed for women consumers. Developing a product and then turning that into a company and taking it to market is a complex process. There are always unforeseen challenges and obstacles, especially in the cannabis industry. So, Ali, what mistakes or missteps should women entrepreneurs avoid?
So that is a very great question and also an amazing introduction, Addison. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I would like to say for all women that are starting in any industry, not only just cannabis, is my thing is I was very trusting, and I believe everybody is going to just, and I do believe everybody has a passion for pinks the way I do. I think everybody loves what we have created with this Canna Couture line, and I believe in people a lot, and I think that's something that you have to just make sure that you are working with the right team, make sure that you're working with people that truly believe in your company, because so many people just will tell you exactly what you want to hear just to have worked with you, and that's a great opportunity to have. And I'm also saying to be open to everybody as well. Give everybody an opportunity, listen to everybody, because there are so many. The one thing that's so cool about this industry is it's so immersive. There's so much to learn, there's so much to do, and there's so much to create yourself with. And there's going to be a lot of obstacles with regulations. Every time I think I have the right packaging information, there's another thing I have to put on there, and I'm just like, oh, gotta throw out 1,000 labels to print more. So my advice with that as well is maybe don't order everything right away. I know that it is cheaper to order quantity or to order quantity and a lot of everything, but maybe just make sure that you have everything, up to par, up to date, because you don't want to order, 10,000 packs and then have the wrong label on it, or have something say, oh, actually, you don't need this on your packaging right now. And then you're like, oh, crap, I just printed so many. Oh, excuse my language. But that is definitely a key factor too, is just always make sure, always study the market, always be active on that, always look to see what the current events are, what is actually a hot topic in the cannabis or in any industry. Again, this is not only just for cannabis, but this is really beneficial for cannabis, especially because we are women at the forefront of an industry that is legalizing, that is becoming federally open to the public. And with that being said, we can actually make a strong difference and empower the industry together. And I love to be at the forefront. I love to be able to help women. And that's what we are here at Pink's open to do. We're open for this discussion. We're open to have those hot pink talks that maybe not everybody wants to talk about. And this is one of them, the hardships that we face every day. And everybody just trying to oversell you, or maybe just try and be a part of everything that you do, because you have something worth being a part of. You are somebody that people want to share success with, and that's very, very, very special. And I know I said that many times. It's because it's true. When you have something worthwhile, it's worth the faith, it's worth believing in. And there's going to be a lot of pressure, there's going to be a lot of stakes, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to promise you everything in the world, and you have to just make sure that they are. You have to make sure that they are who they say they are. And that's probably the biggest challenge I face, but with challenges comes adjustments, and adjustments is what is most important about this. Is being able to adjust the direction of your career to get to the destination you need to be. The journey, you may have some bumps along the road, but you just have to, drive around that to get where you need to be, and that trip around may be exactly what you need. So, with my journey with Pinks, here I am, and we are putting together one of like my biggest steps in my career. I'm so excited and I can't wait to share it with the world. Right now, I'm just being a little hush hush on it, but I promise you, we have big things coming for the industry, big things that are just going to empower women, empower the fashion, empower the cannabis culture all together. New York, East Coast, we're all about that. And that's what we're here for. And I'm just excited to share this with the rest of my team, like Addison and all the other women involved, because she too is going to be part of Pink's huge journey.
Did you want to speak about your upcoming event?
I almost do, but I almost don't because I don't know. I actually should have ran this by my PR team because it is exclusive, like invite only. So that's why I'm going to hint at it like the way I kind of did. I was like, I'm not going to say anything now, but I promise you there are going to be big things coming very soon. So,
And that's a good point right there. What you're doing is not to, because there is that tendency to do that, oh boy, I've got something big, something's coming, blah, blah, blah. And we are giving away a bit of our intellectual property doing that, So I think that that is one of the things that entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs, because we get so passionate about what we do, that is one of the things that we should try to curb a little bit,
mhm,
because as there are so many things that could go wrong, and it's
absolutely.
and you put in all that work and it doesn't go in the right direction. Um,
And also
it's
that's actually another big point is talking too much, because when you tell people everything that you're doing, there's going to be some snakes in your garden that may want to steal your ideas, or, maybe do something to sabotage it right before. I've had that happen to me plenty of times, to the point where that's part of the reason why I took a social media hiatus, because I was getting copied and I was getting like ideas stolen from me and stuff, and I was like, you know what? Social media is kind of the devil in that way. Like that's where the devil comes out in the details, is when somebody may post like I'll post something online, not me, but I'll post something online, somebody will see it and go, oh, that's a genius idea. I'm going to do this with my brand, and I have 20,000 times more followers than she does, so let me just steal her idea. And I've had that happen actually so many times before I became Pinks. But that's something too, that no matter how many times people can steal, like Kim Kardashian made a post, like they could steal the recipe, but they can never make the sauce. And it's true. Like you could steal the recipe, you could steal my one idea, but I have a brain filled with millions of ideas that are worth as special as that idea that you just stole from me. So it's not even my best idea. You just got one of my million. So that's something that maybe I sound a little cocky saying, but I think everybody should have that confidence where, okay, maybe somebody stole your idea, but that just means that your ideas are up to par. That means that you're somebody that's worth talking to. That means that even though this may have been stolen, you're going to come up with another thing that's not going to be stolen, but it's actually going to be considered like incredible, remembered. Everybody will appreciate that. And that's something that like also is important to me, like a really like key a key like key thing that advice I would give women, like in a hardship and like the hardships that we face, is speaking too much is not always going to be the best thing for you. Don't overshare, because I am literally the openest of open books. I tell everybody absolutely everything about me. I will tell you when I'm like having food poisoning or when I'm having anything going on in my life. I will tell you when my cats break into my garbage. Like I am so honest. I can't even it's in my blood. But it also hurt me a lot in my career, so I have to like, I've had to learn to like pull back, especially on social media and just in person with like talking to people and oversharing, because then I consider it blackmail prevention, but it turns into like literal blackmail that you can't even be prevented. It's just everybody's talking about you, and it is what it is. So you have to be careful.
Well, and this is so rapid in the cannabis industry because if you do come up with a new concept and you're very innovative with your product line and you're hitting a uh, niche market, that there are people out there who have 100 times more money than you and
Mhm.
already have their team all together and already are out there in a business who will just jump on the opportunity.
And then
And
just run with it and completely leave me in the dust.
well, and what it does is make you have to work 1,000 times harder. And it's already difficult. And then, to have someone copy you in this industry, that is not flattery. That is serious competition. And you have to look at everyone as business predators. And, we talk about authenticity. And you're a very authentic person. And this is a good quality. But it also has to be tempered because otherwise, as we would say in Nebraska, you're giving away the farm.
Mhm.
And so it's really one has to be cautious about and maybe determine what is intellectual property. Because there's some intellectual property that is secure, like your logo, and even your color pink is your intellectual property. But when you talk about what you're doing within the industry and putting that out there, even if you're the first, that is not protected. And I think that you definitely found out in your ventures that two of the most important things you need is an attorney and an accountant. Would you
Mhm.
agree?
Absolutely. And make sure they are trusted attorneys and trusted accountants because I've been screwed by both. Very interesting stories I will not share right now, but that's also a very key thing too is make sure to get a good lawyer and to get an even better accountant and make sure that your circle is small but trustworthy because it is important. I mean, you could have also a very large circle, but that very large circle could be filled with a lot of pennies and you want to have like four quarters in your circle. You want the value of that. And quarters can bring 25 pennies.
As as a female entrepreneur, do you find that your friends have who perhaps are not in business have a lot of "you should do this" kind of talk?
My friends that are not in business, definitely. Actually, they're probably like my number one advisors in the company because they're the consumer. They're the ones that are going to the store buying weed from or cannabis from dispensaries and pre-rolls and stuff like that. So they're the ones that give me probably the most advice. And, sometimes you need somebody that's far removed from the whole like world of business because sometimes you just need to kind of like bring yourself back to your roots a little bit and just go, hey, what should I do? Like why like remind yourself who you are sometimes because sometimes it's natural to get lost in all of the chaos that comes in running a business and starting a business and all the troubles and hardships and the nights that you go sleepless without any food, not knowing if you're going to be able to survive next month or not knowing if you're going to be able to afford rent, but then also having that like rush of success and that it's filled with a bunch of highs and lows. Like business is like literally gambling for your life. And it is really sometimes you get lost in the sauce of it all. So you do need to kind of go back to your roots, go back to your friends, go back to the people that aren't really looking at it from that world, not looking at it from your whole world's going to crash down if you don't make this right decision. They look at it like you're okay, you're successful, and if you don't if this isn't the best decision, it's okay. Your business will survive, and that mindset will keep your business breathing, will keep your company alive because that's the belief that your company needs. It needs that unconditional love the way that like a human needs to be able to grow and to live and to survive. A business is like a baby. It really is so similar to that, and as long as you believe in it and you just put your baby in the right hands, like You want to bring your kids to the best school so that they get the best education, so they get the best job, so they have the best future. Same with your company. You want to put it in the best hands, the best salespeople, the best PR team, the best marketing team, so that your baby will skyrocket. And your baby is almost like a Hollywood baby. It's almost like you want your baby to be famous on every TV show, like, that like, being that kind of Hollywood mom should be like they should all be business entrepreneurs, because honestly, that is how you run a business, is by just putting it out there and just pretty much, like, almost just, like, exploding your business, just putting it everywhere in everybody's face, like, be obnoxious, be as annoying as you can be, like, who cares what other people think? If you could put, like, with Pinks, I'm putting it in every face. I'll buy billboards. I'll buy everything I can just to have Pinks go, Pinks, just so people could see it and everybody will want it. That's how you create the want.
Well, and I think this is great advice and great insights for women starting out. And this is just the first one in a series by Allie about the steps and obstacles, and insights into being a woman entrepreneur, and about taking your concept and into a product and into the market. And so, thank you so much. These will be airing on Wednesdays at noon throughout the starting in February. So you can also find this one. It will be available on the Women's Cannabis Chamber of Commerce website and also on all our social medias. So after you see this, you can go back and review it. It's also on YouTube so that you can really put the pieces together. And thank you so much, Ellie, for such great insight. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Thank you so much for giving me a platform to be able to share this and to be able to help all the ladies that are starting their own companies. And I can't wait. I want to support all of the women that are going to start their own companies. If I've helped you, please call me. I'll come and support you too. Mwah. Thank you.
And check out our website, and you can reach Allie through her social media. Check out her LinkedIn. And I'm excited for the future of Pinks. Thank you all.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Addison. It really is.